Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make this very easy and delicious chicken, shrimp and vegetable stir fry recipe. It is one of my favorites and it is one of the ways I get my kids to eat their vegetables, and this recipe is packed full with flavors, so better than takeout. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome here. Feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching at the end. Alright guys, let's start cooking. Right here I have my chicken. I'm using some boneless chicken quarters for this recipe. You can actually use any chicken part of your choice, but I love the darker part of any meat because they are more tasty and flavorful. And I also have my shrimp already washed and deveined. I'll start with seasoning and marinating the chicken and the shrimp, and to do that I'll be using some black pepper, some onion powder, paprika powder, some chicken seasoning powder, garlic and ginger paste, and some soy sauce. And then I'll gently mix all of that together until it is well combined. So to this, I'm going to add some cornstarch, and this will add some flavor, but more importantly, it will help to seal in the juices of the chicken and the shrimp in, and also give it a crispy look when it is done. I'll mix that thoroughly with the other ingredients, and then I'll cover it with a saran wrap and let it marinate for about 30 minutes to 1 hour, but you can always do longer if you have the time. While the meat is marinating, I'll go ahead and make the sauce for the stir fry. So here is my soy sauce. I'm using some light soy sauce. Here is some oyster sauce. I'm using some red chili sauce. You can also use honey or some sugar in place of this. I have some chopped habanero pepper. This will add some spiciness and hotness to the recipe. I also have some chicken seasoning powder, and finally I have some cornstarch. I'm going to go ahead and mix all of this together and set this aside for later. You can always subtract or add to any of the ingredients that I used today. There is no limit to how much flavors that you can put in your recipes or your stir fry, so feel free to add whatever you want to. You can substitute the cornstarch for some rice flour or some all-purpose flour. Those are very good alternatives. Here are the vegetables I'll be using for my stir fry. I have some red, green, yellow and orange bell peppers. I'm also going to use some carrots and broccoli. I also have some grated garlic and ginger, and I have 1 large red onions. I'm going to go ahead now and cut my vegetables, but please note that you can add as much vegetables as you want in your stir fry, and you can also remove from the list of vegetables that I used. So this is 40 minutes later. My chicken and shrimp are well marinated and I am ready to start frying. So I'm going to heat up some oil in a pan, and then I will introduce my chicken and shrimp. I'm going to fry in batches because my pan is not big enough to contain all of the chicken and shrimp, and also you don't want any meat lying down on top of another. So I'm using a spatula to making sure all the meats, all the chicken are frying independently and very well. And on the other side of my stove, I have some water boiling. So I am going to pour in my carrots and broccoli, and I'll just blanch this for about 2 minutes. And this is 2 minutes later. It is well blanched. I am going to drain out that water, and then I will transfer the vegetables into an ice cold water. So this is some water from my fridge. It is very cold. This is going to help to stop the cooking process. And as you guys can see, I am even adding more water. This step is very important because you don't want your vegetables to get overcooked. So you want to make sure you rinse out all that heat and set it aside for later. So after that, I'll go back to my chicken and shrimp, and these have been cooking for about 3 minutes now. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. And just in case you are wondering, it takes about the same time for the chicken and the shrimp to get cooked. So I'm going to be cooking this for 6 minutes in total. And this is what it should look like when you are done frying. You guys can see how beautiful and crispy looking it is. So I'm going to remove this and then I'll fry the next batch and the next batch. The next step is to fry my vegetables. So in the same pan, I'm going to add some vegetable oil, and then I will introduce my garlic and ginger. I will stir that for about 30 seconds, and then I will introduce my chopped onions. I will keep stirring until the onions becomes translucent, and then I will introduce the bell peppers. Once I introduce the bell peppers, I'm going to increase the heat to high, and then I'm going to continue stirring. Now this is very important because you don't want the vegetables to soak up plenty of oil and come out looking soggy. Rather, you want the vegetables to come out crunchy. So I'm going to keep stirring on high heat for the next 2 to 3 minutes, and then I will go on to add the sauce. Now you can add as much as you like depending on how much of the sauce that you want in your vegetables. So I'm going to continue stirring again for another 2 to 3 minutes. The next step is to add the cooked carrot and broccoli, and I'll also add the chicken and shrimp, and I will gently mix all that together and let it simmer for another 1 minute. It looks really good, and it tasted so good. Like I said, this is one of the ways I get my kids to eating their vegetables, and when it is packed full with flavors and very juicy like this, my family absolutely love and enjoy it. So you can eat this with some white rice or some potatoes, some yam, or you can just eat it by itself like that. It is absolutely yummy. I hope you guys will try out this recipe. You will absolutely love it, and please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching, and if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.